Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining me. Now I hope everybody's excited for Christmas because I know I am. Even after the absolute crappy 2020 we've all had, this is still my absolute favorite time of the year. I love Christmas. There are a lot of really cool watches out there this year, and this is one of them. Today we have the G-Shock Gravitymaster Royal Air Force Limited Edition, and this is model number GRB200RAF, which stands for Royal Air Force -8A. And guys, I think this is absolutely one of the best looking watches of the year, so let's check this thing out. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and get into this, but first, if you like any of the watches I've reviewed on my channel, including this one, check out my Amazon store. I do get a small commission if you buy from my store, and that goes to help the channel, so I definitely appreciate it. Now, you get some nice Royal Air Force limited edition, because this is a limited edition watch from G-Shock, by the way. You get some nice limited edition packaging. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. Take everything out here. Now this is a Master of G. That's why it says Master of G on the top of the box. Now you know what you get in this little accessory box. You get the manual. You get a FCC, like a Bluetooth warning guide thing. And of course you get the warranty card. You already know what you get in there, so I'm not gonna open that up. Let's go ahead and put all this other stuff to the side here. Let's go ahead and open up the box. This box has really nice texture, by the way. Pretty cool. There we go. Wow, I like that pop of teal on the inner portion right here of the watch box. That's pretty cool looking. All right, let's go ahead and take this thing out. As usual, I'll go ahead and tell you all the 7 specs you need to know, and I'll put the rest of the stuff in the description field for you. Now, if you didn't already notice, this is like a carbon fiber style little pattern right here on the watch pillow and on the inside of the watch box. And I believe it's got Royal Air Force. Yep, there you go. Now this is a saying that's on the Royal Air Force. Let me see. I wrote this down somewhere. What does that mean? It's a Latin phrase that means per ardua ad astra, which means through adversity to the stars. Now, if you remember, there was a movie with Brad Pitt called Ad Astra, and I guess that means to the stars. So anyway, that's the Royal Air Force's motto right there. All right. A little bit of trivia you didn't care about, nor needed to know. Anyway, all right, let's get this out of the way. Let's go ahead and talk about the specs. And again, I'll put all the full specs down in the description field for you. You can see I've got the auto light on right there. You've got a 54.1 millimeter resin and carbon fiber case. It's 18.3 millimeters thick. It's 63 millimeters lug to lug. It comes on a proprietary 22 millimeter resin strap. It's water resistant to 200 meters, which is 660 feet. You've got a 5635 module inside with about 2 years of battery life. And it has a curved mineral crystal. Not super curved, it's got just enough curve to it. Pretty cool. Anyway, check out all the specs in the description field if you want to check out everything this watch can do, and it can do a lot of stuff. First of all, it looks incredibly cool. I love this gray and white colorway. It's meant to be, you know, semi-blacked out. This is for aviators, so you don't want a whole bunch of light in the cockpit, and that's what this is basically meant for. If you look over here on the side, this is meant to look like a fighter's joystick. Kind of has that kind of look to it. Also very functional. Each button has its own kind of like a little crown guard. Of course, you've got dedicated pushers for the compass and the altimeter and your Bluetooth Connect, which is right there. You've got some, it looks like kind of like Frogman style pushers over here on the left-hand side of the case. You got this big sensor bump right there. You've got a dedicated light button right there in the middle, which I really like. You've got a carbon fiber bezel. I mean, I just think it's a fantastic looking watch. I do wonder why they made this button metal and this button plastic. I'm not quite sure why they did that, but anyway, they did it. So, so far as the face, the dial of the watch, you know, it's really grayed out. Of course, you see Gravitymaster right there. It's a little bit hard to read, but it does say Gravitymaster right there, right below the 12 o'clock index. You've got G-Shock over there on the right-hand corner. You've got these really nice hands, these hour-minute hands. I like that teal pop on the second hand. And of course, everything lines up perfectly, as they always do with the G-Shock. This is a negative display, but it's very legible, really legible. Kind of has, again, that teal color to it. I just think it's a fantastic looking watch. I mean, each little curve, indent, you know, it's kind of purpose driven. There you go. You got quad sensor. There's a Royal Air Force logo right there. And then over here, it also says it, I believe. It says that motto. Yep, there you go, down there. Per Ardua ad Astra. Now, one thing I did notice about this has a plastic buckle, which I was a little bit surprised. I do not like this buckle, man, being plastic like that. I mean, yeah, it's probably a little bit harder than your normal plastic, but man, they've got a metal keeper. Why can't they do a metal buckle? I'm not quite sure why they cheaped out on the buckle. Anyway, let's go ahead and open this thing up, and I'll go through all the basic functions with you here in just a second. There's your carbon core guard Caseback right there. There you go. Basically tells you just the basics. It tells you the movement. It tells you it's carbon core guard. It tells you it's water resistant to 20 bar, which is 200 meters. There you go. I mean, it's a good looking watch. Really, really good looking watch. Nothing spectacular about the strap. That's really about it. Again, you got that Royal Air Force buckle right there. I'm sorry, Royal Air Force keeper right there in metal. And again, buckle's plastic. I don't get it. What's going on, G-Shock? I don't understand this. Here's the tag, in case you want to take a look at the tag. There is the tag right there, 370 US. There you go. Let's go ahead and go through the basic functions of the watch. All right, first, let's go in the mode. See if you can see this. There we go. So there's your barometer, okay? There's your temp. Now, temperatures on these watches are off by about 20 degrees. You'd have to take this watch off to get an accurate temperature because it basically absorbs some of your body heat. So don't rely on this watch for an accurate temperature. Now, I will say this, it is 72 degrees here in my house, and it is absolutely perfectly accurate because the watch has been off my wrist. If I was to wear this for about 30 minutes, it would, be way off. So it is accurate when it's off your wrist. All right, what else we got here? There's your record time. This is for recording altimeter readings. Here's your sunrise and sunset. Okay. There you go. Pretty cool. It's kind of hard to see. There you go. 7:04 a.m., 4:29 p.m. There's your stopwatch. I'll go ahead and demonstrate it because some of y'all get really ticked off if I don't demonstrate the stopwatch. There you go. Of course, it does have split times as well. Let's go ahead and reset it. Here is your timer. There you go. Alarm, it's got 5 alarms. I'll go ahead and show you. I think all of them are off, by the way. And it has an hourly signal, which I love. And I think that's on. There you go. And it goes back to the first alarm. World time, I think I have it set, yep, for Dubai, which is what, I don't know, 12, 13 hours ahead of us, something like that. Or actually, I don't know, it's like, I don't know, 10 hours, something like that. Whatever Dubai is. It's about 10 hours ahead of us. And then you go back to time. Another thing about this, no matter what mode you're in, say we're in the temperature mode right there. If I want to go immediately back to time, you just press and hold the mode button. You'll see time flash, and then it goes back to time, okay? Which is pretty cool. So let's go to, I don't know, let's go to sunrise and sunset again. Press and hold, 2 seconds. Boom, you're back at time. So in case you ever get lost or whatever, you forget what mode you're in, and you want to go back to the timekeeping mode, just press and hold that mode button. You can also display different things in the regular timekeeping mode. It also has a step counter, by the way. There you go. So I had 195 steps. And now it shows Friday 12/4, which is Friday, December 4th. Or it can also show the barometer. So if the weather is getting worse, you'll see that graph go down. If the weather is getting better, like it's gonna be nice and sunny, you'll see that graph go up. And then there is the analog and digital times synced. And then there's back to your step. So I go ahead and always keep it on the date. Where's the date? There it is. So there's the date. So guys, I mean, it's got a lot of functionality. Obviously it's Bluetooth. You get all the different functionality. You can send all the Bluetooth instructions from your phone to the watch. So you can also manually obviously set everything up here on the watch if you want, but you can also, like I said, set everything up on the mobile app and send it to your phone. All right, let's go ahead and go through the settings. Press and hold, you see this is set. So I'm set currently to New York. That's what time zone I'm in. That's your daylight savings time. I've currently got it set to auto. So whenever you press a button, a little beep is gonna sound. That's what the key is. Your light, you can either be 1 or 3 seconds. That determines how long that backlight stays on whenever you press the light button. And it's also got obviously dual auto LEDs as well. 12-hour, 24-hour time. This is auto receive on or off, whether you want it to be able to receive the signal from your phone, if you want to have your phone automatically set the time via Bluetooth. Slope, I have no idea what slope is. I'm going to check it out for you and tell you what it is. I have no idea what slope is. I think it has something to do with the altimeter, I believe. Anyway, I'll put it on the bottom of the screen when I find out what it is. Unit, Fahrenheit or Celsius, kilometers or miles per hour, I believe. And you can see them real small right there. See, I've got it set on Fahrenheit, and I'm back to the time zone. Again, press and hold, takes you all the way back to time. There you go. So guys, I mean, it's got a lot of functionality. I think it's a fantastic looking watch. One of the better looking G-Shocks that have come out in quite a while. And again, that's, you know, in my humble opinion, I think it's a great looking watch, man. I love this colorway. I really do. I think it's gray and white colorway looks phenomenal. Really cool. All right, let's go ahead and try this thing on. I know how it's going to fit. It's how they always fit. Pretty good. There we go. Now you do have to view the LCD at a pretty distinct angle, like right there. If you go in or out a little bit, it's going to fade on you. But that's like the normal angle you would raise your wrist to tell the time. So it works out. But, you know, I like the fact that it's got that teal green look and it's not like blacked out totally. So anyway, there you go. Now I do have the auto light set up on this thing. And to turn the auto light on or off, and I'm not going to do it right now. Actually, you might be able to see it. You go ahead, press the button and hold it, and you'll see the little light button in the lower left-hand corner. That'll disappear. The little light indicator. Let's see if I can get it to do it. Press and hold. You'll see it disappear. There you go. There you go. Hey, it worked. Now I'm gonna turn it back on. Press and hold the light button, and it'll pop back on. There you go. So anyway, let's go ahead and kill the studio light. Kill this monitor, and I'll show you what this thing looks like. So there you go. It's got dual LEDs in the background. You got one for the dial, and you got one for the LCD face. There you go. And you've got some decent lume on the dial itself. Let me show you. I was really pleasantly surprised when I saw this lume. Look at that, man. That is really cool. Good job, G-Shock. Let me zap it again. That little triangle at the top reminds me of Oblivion, that Tom Cruise movie of that mothership that was making, you know, thousands and thousands and millions of clones of Tom Cruise. It reminds me of the movie Oblivion, right there at the top. Pretty cool. Of course, there's the auto LED. Now, the only thing about this watch that I don't like, and I'm not quite sure why G-Shock does this, I don't understand. You know, people have been screaming about this for, gosh, a long time. Make this solar powered, man. I don't understand why. Maybe it's got too many functions to be solar powered. I'm not quite sure. They can do it on the G Squares with no problem. That has just as much, well, they can do it on the G Squares, and that has almost as much technology as these do. These have a lot of sensors, and I think that might be why these have to be battery driven, possibly, maybe, but they do it on the Frogmen, so I'm not quite sure why they can't make these or don't want to make these solar powered, man. If this was solar powered, I would absolutely love this watch. I like it a lot now, don't get me wrong, but man, that would be the icing on the cake if they would make this thing solar powered. So, oh, and change out this buckle from plastic to metal. What is going on with a plastic buckle when you have a metal keeper? Again, just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, guys, if you want to pick up one of these, I'll make sure to put a link in the description field. You can head on over to my Amazon store and pick one up. They're currently $370. And again, I'll make sure to put a link so you can check that out. And guys, that's really been about it for this one. If you like this watch, please let me know. Tell me what your thoughts are. I think it's an absolute winner. It's got a couple little faults, but you know, nothing major. But man, it is one good looking watch. So again, tell me what you think. I look forward to seeing it. I've got one more review coming up. That's going to be my Watch of the Year review. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And guys, that's been about it. As always, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell. I definitely appreciate it when you do that. And until then, I'll see you on the next review. Take care. Bye-bye.